Here we go.
This looks like we're about to get underway. It's going to be best 3 games out of 5. It is the women's doubles, classic women's doubles.
Vera was
that is Daiana Portales in the forward position. Vera Urbanovich with the shades at goal.
You think she's as high as a kite right now, Jim?
I do not think so, no.
All right, let's see. What's going on?
I think, it's sometimes the light's a little bright. You move from Russia to California. The sunshine is a little brighter in California. And it's sent off the outside wall with the left hand by Vera. Picked up here by Isabelle Stelly. Isabelle, one of the really good young players on tour, and we know what Iveta can do.
You know what's amazing about Iveta? How much her game has accelerated being married to Ryan Moore. Her game is like...
How could it not?
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah, she's an excellent... Always has been very good. But her tornado game in particular has gotten quite good since moving to the United States and marrying one of the great players of all time in Ryan Moore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a recovery attempt, slot back into the goal, just didn't get back.
One of the neat things about doing this job is every event that I do work, and I don't work as many these days, I get a text from the great Adrian Zamora, the Hall of Famer out of Northern California, who wanted to make it clear that he also loves animals as well. But
Adrian?
Adrian always out there. He cares about animals and humanity. And we knew that about him already, didn't we?
Problem with Adrian is he's a vampire.
Yeah. Well, besides that, when he says he loves humans and animals, that explains a lot. Okay.
Well, so what Adrian doesn't tell you, I'm glad he's watching this.
Yeah.
He also likes to dress up like animals.
He does.
There's a little furry convention in San Jose, and he's the chairperson.
So that I did not know.
Yeah, just trust me.
All right.
I don't make stuff up.
Yeah.
So what I like from this gal we've never seen before, Daiana, is she does stuff with incredible intention.
Right.
Like her wall pass was fast, misexecuted a little bit, but she's maybe when she settles in, I feel like she's going to be a little scary.
Reflective maybe of table time.
Yeah.
Iveta able to scoop it up here on the 3-rod. They lead 1-0, the team on the left, and Iveta Moore and Isabelle Stelly. Moore shot attempt blocked by, and that's a jar. Yeah, it's a jar. Yeah, it'll go to the 3-rod. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. On the rebound, you saw Vera hammer that inside wall. Iveta would have had the ball and does get it returned to her here, and then finds that hole down the middle to make it 2-0. Watch here. Didn't take a lot of time, but found that hole. Actually sprayed it around the men as Vera came back defensively.
And the little things that, if you're watching this, you're an InsideFoods.com subscriber, you look at mechanics, Iveta doesn't change her posture. She sets up the ball in the position she's going to shoot in, and it makes it more deceptive when her takeoff is going to happen.
That's a beautiful pass through the lane by Daiana, who strokes that one home. Portales.
With the golf glove. No one knows who she is. And like I said, everyone else here may be familiar with her. I've never seen her before.
Never seen her before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think Argentina, I think Jurassic Park, Jim.
Why is that?
Just dinosaurs.
Argentina. Argentina does have dinosaurs. You're right about that.
But I think I'm thinking of Costa Rica, but it's all the same to me.
Anything south of the Mexican border is all the same to Mark Torres.
Anything south of New Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Here's Daiana setting it up. And stroking it home. That's a good shot. She took her time.
And I like the defense. So you see, boom,
and drills it.
Isabelle Stelly is no stranger to blocking pull shots. She got to block Terry Rouge. She got to block Brandon Munoz. But that was a good pull shot.
Oh, beautiful pass along the inside wall by Vera. Picked up by Daiana. And, we talked about it early on. We had to assume that Daiana Portales had to spend a lot of time on a foosball table, and you can kind of see that.
Well, you don't get on a plane and fly X amount of hours and get a hotel room into another country.
And Portales down the middle here to make it 3-2.
He's hopping. I like
Watch
that
this.
energy. Boom.
Yeah. And I love to see the ladies shooting pull shots. Ball put back into play by Isabelle, banked off the outside wall. On goal.
Ooh, what was that?
And back they come, make it 4-2. Watch this.
Reverse.
Portales.
Open-handed angle.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing in Argentina, Jim?
And sent into the goal just like that. It's 1-0.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you the pros and cons of that.
All right.
There's a there was a rate of activity that happened in a short spurt that's not going to be reflective of what's going to happen long term.
Wow.
Like Isabelle and Iveta are too experienced and they've won enough where it's gonna calibrate a little bit. It's not going to all. So
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens in the back and forth.
God, that was good. That was really good
It's
analysis.
just word salad. I had no idea. You ever
I like
watch
avocado in my
old
word
school,
salad.
like old school where Will Ferrell just kind of rambles?
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
But what you said actually made sense.
I
It
have
was
no
applicable
idea
to
what
what
I
was
just
going
said.
on.
Anyway.
No, that something that happens within 6 seconds doesn't necessarily impact what happens in the hole. And
Meanwhile,
another shot here by Urbanovich as she soaks it home.
She just made me into a liar.
Yeah. I know you were a liar before that.
Okay.
Yeah. She did not make you into anything. Don't blame her. And picked up again here by Portales, who has been sensational so far. She sets up the pull shot. And strokes it home.
Okay, so that was interesting because that was like a fifth dot spray long. The replay didn't show up that time.
Looked like a split to me.
Okay. I don't know. We never get the we're 50% wrong.
Yeah, one of us is wrong.
We're 50% wrong 100% of the time.
That's for sure.
It's an Anchorman reference.
Picked up here on the fifth. There's been a lot of those so far today.
I know.
And I like it.
If there's a teleprompter, I would say whatever you put up there.
Yeah.
Boom.
I always do.
That's where adrenaline worked against her, right?
Yeah.
Quick shot it. She could have set it up, but hey, you're going to take those risks.
But you have to be able to identify that and slow things down, and that's something that comes only with experience, I think.
Right. Now, Vera, who's living now somewhere in California, has been traveling around with Jake Barnett and playing up and down foosball. So she's...
Love the documentary, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. If you know what we're talking about, go to Netflix and search horror docuseries, and we'll leave it at that.
Is it really under that? It should be.
Dude, it's like...
It was
man.
absolutely fascinating.
Yes.
It was amazing. Yes.
The whole thing seems unreal, and that's all we want to talk about. The whole thing seems unreal.
Yeah.
Okay, back to foosball.
Yeah, back to foosball, because it is too unreal for me to speak about. But do watch it if you can. I forget what it's called, but it was like the #1 documentary on Netflix.
It's called The Ring.
That's not it.
No,
it's not called The Ring.
Exorcist Ring.
It's not called The Exorcist Ring either.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Reverse by Isabelle. Look, her game kind of feels like Brandon's goalie game, doesn't it?
It does.
You just watched Brandon play earlier.
Well, again, with Iveta as well, I think it is reflective a little bit of their
Influence.
significant others. You know,
I said influence. You said.
I liked it. Both were applicable.
Yeah. Short split attempt, Vera.
2-1 lead here in the second game for Portales and Urbanovich. That's my job to bring us back on track, Mark.
It's funny. I feel like I'm trying to bring myself back on track.
You are. You've made a great effort. It's just not. Some people just can't.
I told myself I wouldn't. Okay.
You're doing it as you're telling yourself.
Ooh.
There's more with that stroke and pull shot to make it 2-2.
Well, the rubber hits the road when things equalize.
Yep.
Who's making the smart play?
Yeah, and especially in a 3 out of 5. When you're talking 3 out of 5, the 6 second, these 8 second, these 1 game flurries are not necessarily going to hold up.
Yes, and it's very deceptive to get caught up in it, especially if you're the person who won the 8 second flurry and won the game, and you think you're on a roll and you're not.
Yeah, and it's the middle of the second game.
Yeah.
Here's Portales. That shot attempt blocked and taken away by Stelly. Isabelle off the outside wall and in. It's 3-2. Bit of a break here, but she's aggressive offensively. Urbanovich couldn't keep it out with the shades. 3-2.
Makes you wonder if the shades are a hindrance.
It does. I have thought that a couple of times.
Now, is there a functional purpose? Jim McMahon, we're dating ourselves, the great Bears quarterback from '85, wore shades, and people gave him crap, but he had an eye condition, and he wore those shades because of eye condition.
Jim McMahon. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People are like 85.
So in other words, he was not as cool as people thought he was.
People gave him crap about his sunglasses when he had like a retinal damage or something. He wore sunglasses. Vera, we don't know why Vera's wearing sunglasses. She might have and that may be the way she's most comfortable playing. She also has an AirPod in there.
Yeah. Are they AirPod Pros? I think so.
And she could be listening to Yanni or Zamfir or the pan flute. We have no idea. The whole thing is just like makes me want to crawl into bed and cover my head with a pillow.
You'll be able to do that here shortly after 10 o'clock because
Terrifying.
things are going to end a little earlier than usual.
I'm generally scared of women anyway. This is just, Anyway, oh, nice.
Brushed down here by Portales, who looks to tie it up here in the second game. And she does, as she strokes that one home to make it 3-3. Watch here. Aggressively to the split.
Wow. That's a
Isabelle,
good shot.
even Isabelle appreciated that one. We're even at 3. We've got a timeout. 1-0 lead for Daiana Portales and Vera Urbanovich.
I missed it. Who called the timeout, Jim?
Not sure. And there's Tony Sprederman.
And the love of his life, Sylvia. You get David Vick.
Yeah.
Krause right there. You see Stelly and Hannah kind of watching and waiting. It's pretty.
It's Caddy.
Hi, Mom.
Katarina Shabelescu down there in the front row.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. The crowd watching some great first day action here.
Yeah. If you're not here, get here, folks. If you're watching tonight, you're within 500 miles of us. Hop on the old motorcycle and head on through. Get the interstate.
This
Dallas
is something
Fort Worth awaits
new
you.
and exciting for United States foosball.
Yeah. Sent off the back. Well, nice save attempt by Urbanovich. She can't contain it. Goes back to Iveta. And Moore will set up the pull shot. And she'll get home. It's 4-3.
So if I could have any criticism in the early part of these first two games, Vera has shown some kind of like novel clearing efforts, but she's had some weaknesses keeping the ball in her area, including a couple, one that slopped in and kind of like that one right there went back to the 3-bar of Iveta, and it hurt her. And so, like I said, she's not doing a horrible job clearing the ball, but she's not doing the best job as a goalie containing the ball.
Yeah, and it is that. Do you need to be consistent in that area to win? Perhaps.
Yeah.
And we will see. Stelly able to grab it. We'll call timeout and bring Iveta back into the forward position. It is 1-0 favor of Portales and Urbanovich. As Iveta will indeed move back to forward.
It is exciting that the Tornado World Series has brought new players we typically wouldn't see in the United States to this event.
That's right.
That's been fun.
It's an international event, the most international event we've seen here in the United States in a number of years. It's very internationally focused. Late 2000s, like 2006 through about 2009, as Iveta able to put away game number 2, and we are tied at 1 game apiece. But back in those days, there was a World Championship Series that was held in Las Vegas and then in Dallas, and we did get some international competitions showing up. But again, the focus really this weekend is enough to bring out players from France, from players from Germany, Austria, Denmark, and Argentina. Obviously.
Amazing. Yeah, and other places too. At Austria. Did you say Austria?
Yeah. South Carolina.
Did you say the Philippines, James Castillo?
No, well, sort of.
Okay, fine.
Does that count?
Nah. Bill Chance, Louisiana,
Oklahoma.
Another disparate, disassociated part of the United States. Former United States.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? We got the Germans here, Foosball TV.
Yeah.
Shout out to Foosball Sports Network and their store. You got to come out here and buy some stuff from their store. Shout out to the Texas State Championships loaning us this weekend to present the Tornado World Series, the inaugural Tornado World Series.
Who else we shouting? Keep on going. Don't stop now.
Obama, the Don, Q-tips.
Here we go. Third game underway. Q-tips. I love Q-tips.
They're so good.
Ball put into play by Urbanovich. Shot attempt blocked by Moore. Vera again. 1 game apiece. And sent in with a 5-row by Portales. Again, the reaction here. And again, the reflection of table time. You can see it. She has put in the time, put in the work. While the competition in Argentina is good, you're not going to get any of your top pros down there, so that is one disadvantage. But table time, watching a little video, and just playing a lot of foosball can get you far. And so far, Portales has been excellent.
So the beauty of a long match is that there's a narrative, there's a story. If you come in the middle, you kind of can pick up a story. But like we've seen this build-up. We talked about the first game, the flurry that happened, and the quick end of that game, and how Iveta and Isabelle, it was an aberration, right? So they have a slow, steady, and they're back. It's 1 game apiece. The story's reset. Sorry.
No, absolutely. It's like a novel. It has its ups and downs, and early on, the first couple of chapters are kind of building that narrative, building the foundation of it, developing characters. And as the match goes on, things change, things evolve, things get interesting. Right now, it is interesting. It's 1 game apiece, 1-0 lead here in the third for Portales and Urbanovich. And again,
Nice.
Portales is catching almost everything that comes her way. And again, that is indicative of spending time on the table. Again, there's that little brush push kick.
And that's the thing about someone you haven't seen play. Now, I'm making assumptions. I'm assuming Iveta and Isabelle haven't seen much of her. But, like, that's something you'd pick up and you'd take away from her if you're familiar with her. And you'd see what her option is if she has a long reverse push kick that she can do off that. But like, she's going to get away with that because no one's seen her before.
Yeah.
And now she's seen it, right? Can Iveta can Isabelle take it away the next time? I mean, that's a little sneaky, right? It's a split.
And Urbanovich up the table off a man, and it trickles in. Much to the chagrin of Isabelle Stelly, it's 3-0.
And then we talk about the next meta level of competitive play. Does Isabelle take that piece of information and store it? Can she remember?
Yep.
Can she react to it? Can she?
Well, you have to, don't you? You really have to. If you want to be a professional player in anything, you have to have that kind of retention. You have to have that sort of memory and application.
Well, Jim, if you're a chimp like me, you never remember. Like, they get it on you 5 times in a row.
But you do have an opposable thumb, I noticed,
Right.
which is nice. It's now 4-0 as that one up the table off a man and in.
Now, this is the thing about this kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
They could win this game 5-0 and lose the next game 5-3, and it just depends on what are you accumulating.
Yeah.
What do you
It
building?
is a series of chapters. Really, oftentimes what happens here in game number 3 does not have anything to do with what happens in the next game in game number 4. And you saw there, Urbanovich kind of let that one roll in, and her partner Portales kind of gave her a high five, letting her know it's okay.
Right.
Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
And not to be diminishing or reducing, it's less likely to happen at the master level because the aggregate happens so much quicker. Like,
Great
right, the retention of data and the responsiveness happens so much more rapidly.
And it's innate in those situations. It's something that those players at the highest end have developed the ability to do that without even thinking about it.
Right.
You know, Lafredo might be the ultimate example of that.
Fred might be the savant, like the eidetic memory example.
You know, I feel like with Fred, you kind of put him in a different class from everybody, right? Just as not only as a player, but as a human.
He ends up not being fun to talk about because he's like a video game.
Yes.
He's like a cheat code, right? He's like a cheat code. So let's never talk about that guy again.
Who?
What happens when the guy with the fastest hands and the most talent, who grew up playing foosball, works the hardest, and can close?
Is incredibly smart and can close, and he feels no pressure.
I'm sick of that dude.
I hate that guy.
F that guy.
Love you, Fred. If you're
know what?
watching.
I'm mad at you now.
Yeah, you'll get over it.
Anyway, Daiana, Portales, and Vera Urbanovich getting ready to just, if they can, put away game 3.
Let's see what happens here is Daiana will put the ball back into play, leading 4-1 here in game number 3. Portales from pull shot position. It hasn't really executed there. Taken away by Stelly. The pass to Iveta. The rolling pull shot taken back by Vera.
Oh, sunglasses came off. Is this the equivalent?
Interesting. Yeah.
Is this the equivalent of Lafredo's jacket coming off?
Coming off, yeah.
Remember when Lafredo in the 90s, like,
yeah.
So first of all, Lafredo's never weighed more than 90 pounds.
No, never.
But when his jacket came off, that was a cue that he was getting serious. Right? So he'd wear his jacket, and he'd wear it, and then if you won a game from him, the jacket would come off, and he'd wipe the floor with you.
He would.
Now, Vera takes her sunglasses off, and we got to wonder.
I love how we just compared Vera Urbanovich to Todd Lafredo. Love that.
Don't you just, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why not?
Fun. Yeah.
Ooh, quick
Back
5-bar
and
shot.
forth here. Picked up by Portales. Try to go straight. Go ahead and go back to that. Take 3 seconds and go back to that same hole. Nope, she's going to stroke it home instead.
Long. It's a spray.
But it's good
It's
quickness
good. It's all, dude,
with intent. She looks like she's been there before, and it's now 2-1.
If you don't know this, some people make a living off the long square dead bar. Okay, that's great. Most great pool shooters know that spray pull shot. And I mean, there's some great spray. And it's a long spray. You go like deep, but she's shooting a good spray. And it's the faster shot. It's a quicker shot because the release point is shorter. And so she's going to spray long.
And it's a great weapon to have, and a lot of great pull shooters have had it.
Yeah.
As
Adrian
soon as they see
Zamora.
that, as soon as they see him go, who?
Adrian Zamora.
Oh, yeah. Love
He's
Adrian.
got a great spray pull shot. Sprays. He has got great.
He likes
recoil,
animals
too.
and humans, too, from what I hear.
Yeah.
But you got to read that situation. When that defender switches into that standard, it opens up that possibility. You don't have to hit that dead man. You don't have to go square long. You just have to beat him to the punch with a spray.
Yeah. And getting back to Adrian, very questionable, that guy.
Really?
He doesn't make.
I'm not big on Adrian.
He doesn't make.
Was he not from East San Jose?
He's a. Let's leave it alone.
You want to? All right, that's fine.
Dude, let's focus.
I know.
on baseball.
I can see there's a lot of history there between you.
I
two.
love that. I actually love that guy.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Adrian's the best.
I'm not big on Northern Californians in general, being a Southern Californian, but I kind of like him.
Yeah, he's a man out of time.
Yeah.
He's been alive for 400 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, Daiana. Let's focus on Daiana and Isabelle.
I took a picture of him once, so at least I thought I did. That one off the outside wall and in.
He didn't have a reflection.
Watch this.
Boom.
That
Oh,
doesn't
wow,
go off a
man.
man and in. All right.
So-
Not a lot of reaction from the defensive side. They are up 2-1. Vera will put it into play.
And
again, you open up each ball at goal.
Yeah, we do want to keep track. So I spoke to Vera keeping the ball in her area, and like I said, just not to be critical of players that haven't been playing that long, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Right. But, I think keeping the ball in her area and the slop, maybe she could do a better job at that this match.
And again, that's something that takes time and experience playing the position. Watch Iveta here. And she takes her time and strokes it home.
Yeah. Now this type of match. Okay, so we had a 2-5-1 games, right? And then one game that was really tight. If I'm going to be honest with you, this kind of match favors Iveta and Isabelle.
It does, but we'll see what happens here.
Right.
Well, in other words, Portales and Urbanovich are going to have to step it up another level from where they have been, even though they're leading 2-1.
Right.
And here's more. She sits, waits, fakes, and strokes it home. It's 3-0. You saw here, it took a lot of time before finding that long hole. And again, that's an example of taking your time. And she had a couple of fakes, couple of movements, but she still sat on it for 7 or 8 seconds. And that kind of reduces the reaction time of the defender. You saw it on that last effort. Let's see what happens here. Maybe go inside if you're Iveta. Let's see. Try to come down the middle, blocked by Urbanovich. Iveta more again. And Vera with a takeaway.
And I love the mechanics. And you'll notice a difference. And it's just different, right? So she gets in her position. She sets the ball up. She stands stoically. Now watch Daiana, how she's going to get in. Now she's getting in her position. That could work just fine, but when she is and isn't going to shoot. So you know that if she's in that position, she's setting the ball, and the only thing she has is that push kick middle or some version of that. So she's not a threat to shoot or pull shot at this
Great point.
right? So you just put that in your brain and you remember it.
Ideally.
Nicely. Nice.
Urbanovich doing a good job there, keeping Iveta out of the goal. Sends that one off the outside wall up the table where it's picked up by Isabelle Stelly.
Reverse push gets. You could see the influence of her.
And again, the push kick. It's 4-0.
And they're switching here, which is interesting. I don't have a criticism of it.
In this situation, what do you got to lose, I suppose? And it gives us a chance to see Portales back there at goal. That push kick blocked by her partner.
Blocked by Vera, yeah.
And that one's going to squeeze through for Iveta. Looking to send this one to game number 5. Iveta more. Daiana Portales defending. Fakes to John Wayne and then try to go long, and Daiana says no. She does have some quick hands back there and it forward as well. Squeezes that one up the table where it's picked up by Stelly. Again, I think, we're looking at least 3 players here. I want to leave Iveta out of this conversation. She's been around a while. She's the veteran among these 4. But the rest of it is a lot of, there's talent out there. There's what they can do on the table. but we're still working on the mental approach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're still seeing that part of it in development, we'll say.
And you can say that because look at how polar the games have been.
Yep.
They've been blowouts for the team on the right, and they've been close, with exception of one game. They've been more methodical with the team on the left. Now I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
Look at this. That one
Yeah,
up and around
that's
and
the offense.
back in.
That's like I said, it favors the team on the left just
Yep.
based on control.
Yep.
Like what's the more?
Yeah, we're going to ask for the jar there,
Well,
and
she knows it.
Diana says yes. Yep.
Sorry about that. Ready?
And there it is. So we're heading to a 5th game, even at 2 games apiece. As Iveta Moore able to stroke home that pull shot to the long hole.
Now, what would be great to see would be a moment of composure and reflection, and for Daiana, who we've never seen before, executing. Well, I guess you're not going to get the ball. It's going to be Vera who gets the ball.
Vera
so,
who starts
yeah,
off with
totally
it. But still, if you're Daiana, you're
Yeah.
thinking, well, okay, here we are, 2
Yeah.
games apiece. This is the information that I've garnered so far
Yes.
throughout this match.
Right.
What is going to be my approach, my game plan for game number 5?
Right.
And you always want to have a game plan, even a mini game plan, so to speak, going into
Right.
each individual game. And it's going to change. You want to have something that you're going with the start, and it's going to evolve and change,
Right.
and you're going to
Right.
adapt a little bit. But still, you want to have a starting point, and that's where she needs to be here at this juncture of the match.
So you'd like to see Vera kind of take the aggregate of the experience from the 4 games and do something that's methodical and like a good clear, a good pass or whatever it is. Get something on goal. And you'd like to see Daiana do something with her possession that shows she's grown from game 1 to game 5.
Now, here with this format, obviously, where the ball starts at goal, do you kind of design a play here? Do you say, okay, I'm going to do this, and we're looking at a pass here? You know, it's like
Here's what I
coming
love
out of a
about that.
timeout. It's
Here's what I
like,
love about that. In basketball,
yeah,
that's exactly what they do.
that's what they would do.
They take a timeout before a big possession,
And
and they've already
they call
looked
a play.
At, yes, and
That's
they,
right.
they know it's not just any play.
No.
It's a play based off of maybe a months of research on
Yep.
the other team.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I like that. And
But do they have the wherewithal? Do they have the awareness to
Yeah.
do so here? We'll see. As Vera will now put it into play, opening up game number 5.
If it was me, Jim, I'd panic and shoot a slingshot.
Yeah, of course you would. And this one taken away by Moore. Iveta strokes it home. That's a big turnover there, followed by a big score. Maybe the best shot of the match from Iveta Moore, much to the dismay of Urbanovich. Vera taking a little more time here. Sends that one up that table beautifully, the pass. And Portales now a chance to tie it up at 1 here in game number 5. She sets up the pull shot. Showing the long, but not giving her anything was Isabelle.
Well, she shot the split, which is an interesting choice in that situation. Oh, nice.
And Isabelle with those quick hands getting out there to make the block. And she's got to have quick hands, right? She trains at home against Brandon Munoz.
Now, the adjustment I would have made against Daiana is not over blocking that long, but she's getting the tight split. But you can she hasn't, like, she's not, there it is. See, you see? Now, even then, Isabelle was a little bit too far, but she still got the block. She's not going to shoot a dead bar square pull shot on you. So you could take that. You don't have to block that
right.
hole. Right?
However, if you're Diana Portales, you also want to show her a straight here and there. She has, I think, shot 1 straight in the match, and you need to come with that straight just to keep the defender honest, whether you score it or not. It is now 2-0, and that went up the table and in from Portales, who has switched back to goal. And then that's a good switch right back.
Right. Then that would be the only reason to switch in that situation for Daiana to score, because I don't think there's that was a good
able
choice.
to pick it up. Well, it's opportunity to even it at 2. She goes with that spray push kick. This time, Isabelle there.
Right. And that's the one you're kind of like, that's what she shoots when she's not in her pull shot stance.
Yep.
Right? Now she's
You identify that. You see where she is. She can't do this. She can't do this. She
Right.
can do this, so you take it away.
Yeah, and you got to make her show you the long push kick.
Yep.
Otherwise, you just like anticipate it's going to be a short middle spray something.
And at this stage, you got to kind of figure the long push kick probably doesn't exist.
Right. Right.
Now it's going to roll to a dead stop. It'll be put back into play at goal by Isabelle Stelly. Now it's sent on goal, set right back the other way by the quick-handed Urbanovich.
So let's go back to this. She's not a threat until she gets into that position. And then she's a threat to the long spray pull shot, which got blocked.
But you got to go. You got to take a little more time there. Let that count go through the rotation 3 or 4 times. Don't shoot it on 3. Shoot it on 6.
And where's the straight? When is she going to show us that
She
has
has
a
to do it.
off-speed straight? Just to keep them honest, right?
Take 6 seconds. A high back straight. Score it or not. At least you let them know you're willing to do it.
Again,
right now, Isabelle just sliding out there on every attempt, and she's going to take it away and call time out.
Now, I'll tell her that Isabelle's been in the right spot, but even then, she's still a little bit too far. She's getting lucky getting that long because she's not shooting that long, but the blocks are great. Now, the point being that there's whether or not it's conscious or not, Isabelle is getting out there at the right time. Intuitively, she's getting out to that long at the right time.
Yep.
What Daiana has to do is take a second and shoot any kind of off speed or hesitation straight. If she's going to shoot a 4-second spray long every time, she hasn't learned anything.
Yeah.
Right? You just keep circling and cycling and circling over and over and over. And that's the tough thing about foosball because you can get in a loop.
Yep.
And it's hard to dive unless you got
the
self-awareness. You get into a loop, you get stuck there, man.
It's a journey. And Portales, maybe under the most intense competitive circumstances that she has ever competed under, needs to make those sorts of adjustments if she can. 2-1 lead here in the 5th game for Iveta Moore and Isabelle Stelly. And nice pickup here by Moore. Even here, Iveta may want to look inside. Let's see. Nope, trying to go to that long hole. Urbanovich slides out there to make the block. Rebound to Moore. Nicely along that near wall.
Off the wall.
That quick pull shot set back on goal by Daiana. And picked up here by Isabelle. Fires that one down the middle. Portales with the block. Comes back to Stelly. Still 2-1 here in the 5th. It's been a good one here on table number 1. Semi-final in the women's classic doubles event.
Beauty.
Iveta. And neither lady really shooting straights right now. Does come back with that rolling pull shot down the middle, I believe. Let's see. She brings it across. Comes back, yes. Between the defensive men of Vera Urbanovich. And Vera moving to forward. Daiana back to goal.
If she scores, they're probably going to switch back.
That one grabbed nicely on the 3-rod by Urbanovich. Vera. Chugs it home. It's 3-2. Big play by the former Russian, always a Russian perhaps, Vera Urbanovich.
And they switch back.
3-2 now in favor of Moore and Stelly.
Great job keeping it in her area. Goes for that far wall pass again and just misses.
It's a good clearing effort either way. It's not a dangerous play, but back to the short side comes Stelly. It's match point. Isabelle doesn't take much time and kind of looping around it defensively was Urbanovich. It's match point.
Timeout.
We've got a timeout.
We're speeding toward finals. Dude, we're speeding toward finals. Looks like tables 3 and 2 are waiting for matches at this point. I'm not sure what's going on beyond tables 3 and 2, but I think we're getting into some...
Are there other tables here besides 1, 2, and 3?
There's a whole 47 other tables out there that had some stuff going on.
All right, good to know.
All eyes are on this match, though.
All right, Daiana Portales will move back to goal and put it into play, now trailing 4-2. Portales shooting the pull shot on goal. Nice.
You get the feeling
Block
she's
and
going to be
save.
dangerous in singles, right? You get the feeling she's going to be pretty scary in singles. Yeah.
Oh, she's a good-looking player, no doubt about it. It's just whether the intangibles, the little things will be there, the things that only come with experience. And a chance now for Iveta to give her team the match, shooting against Portales. Moore. Stokes it home to that straight hole. So she saved the straight for the end. And Iveta Moore and Isabelle Stelly win the match to advance to the Classic Doubles Women's Final.